paperwork for measurements and delivery consultation. It never ceased to amaze Celeste how quickly rich people spent money on a whim. The bookshelves were at least $70,000, and Agnes was ready to pick it up because of nostalgia. They got her squared away, made a follow-up appointment for a future delivery, and sent her on her way faster than Celeste thought was possible. Once her customers were out the door, Beatrice quickly ran through the store and flipped the sign and locked the door. "Are you ready?" she asked, dimming the showroom lights. "Been ready," Celeste replied with a sigh. "Walk me through the plan again." Together, they disappeared into the back office, closing another door behind them. The command center was safely hidden in the basement of their business. To reach it, Celeste needed to slide back a shelving unit in her office to reveal a secret stairwell. As they jogged downstairs, Beatrice recited the plot for tonight's festivities. "The invitation list is about 36 associates. I've been surveilling the building and no new cameras have been installed since we delivered there 3 months ago. Just the elevator and balcony. While people are milling around the living room, dining room, and kitchen, you'll need to get to the west wing of the penthouse where his study is." "Yep," she said, flipping on the fluorescent lights of the basement, revealing computers, camera monitors, and walls that were lined with weaponry, tools, and disguises. In the corner of the large space was a small gym where she kept fit with strength training and yoga. In her line of work, Celeste needed to be flexible enough to get into tight spaces and strong enough to fight her way out of them. She walked behind a dressing partition and quickly disrobed. Tonight's gown was recently back from the dry cleaners and waiting on her. Beside it, a replica of the crown she planned to steal that evening. "A Protex safe is located behind the oil painting of a generic hunting scene. I don't know what the 4-digit code is, so you need to take your setting powder and brush for fingerprints. Although, I have a feeling it's his birthday," Beatrice said with a chuckle. "I'd bet the rest of my student loan repayment." Celeste laughed. "No, that's right. Switch the real crown with the replica, wipe everything down, and get the fuck out of there." "Not immediately," Celeste said, letting the black silk gown cascade down her body. She adjusted her breast and checked the height of the slit at her thigh. Scandalously high. "Leaving before Victor has revealed the emerald will look suspicious." "If you say so." "I do." He invited Celeste St. Pierre, the antiquities dealer, not Cece, the smash and grabber. "I need to continue mingling with these rich white folks to make up for my 6-minute absence from the party, just in case the balcony footage catches anything." She stepped out from behind the dressing screen. "How do I look?" Beatrice spun around in her desk chair. Her dark brown eyes widened until her brows reached her hairline. "Hot. Very hot. Maybe a little too hot." Celeste checked herself out in the gym mirrors. Yeah, maybe. But she didn't mind the attention. She grabbed the replica crown and fitted it over her short, cropped curls. "Can you help me with the head wrap?" "Got it." She sat down so that Beatrice could hide the crown with a black scarf. Her assistant jerked her head forward and then tugged it back as she wrapped tightly. Celeste hadn't felt this kind of discomfort since she was a little girl, sitting between her Granny Joe's knees getting a comb yanked through her tender head. She feared that if she moved just a little, Beatrice would also pop her with a comb. "Damn, Bea, do you think it's tight enough? I'm gonna get a headache before I arrive." "I don't want anything unraveling while you're there." "You worry too much," Celeste gently chided. "And you don't worry enough," Beatrice said, tucking the last bit of scarf at the nape of Celeste's neck. "Your car should be here in 30 minutes. Are you ready to go steal something shiny?" Celeste gazed confidently into the mirror. "Ready, sis." "We've got 3 adjuncts who can take on some of the intro to earth sciences." "How many classes?" Papers shuffled. "Well, okay. It looks like it's just 2. Check to see who's worked this semester. We'll distribute based on that. Do we know who has a preference? I heard Nicole has something lined up with Pace." Put out some feelers. Do we know anything about the others?" "Magnus, you've worked with Dave. Does he have any other prospects?" "Magnus." Magnus Larsson blinked out of his stupor and looked up at his colleagues. Around the long table, 6 professors stared at him as though he'd grown a second head. "I'm sorry, what?" Dr. Robert Harding squinted at him in that weird bob way he always did, like his whole face scrunched up and his mouth puckered beneath his bushy beard. "Dave Jessup's. Do you know if he needs classes for the fall?" Magnus didn't know Dave from Adam. He only used the